After a long wait, Tesla finally revealed their new Model 3 and all their websites across the world have been updated. So let's see Australia's website and see if we can spot all the new changes that comes with the new Model 3. So as soon as we open the Tesla website, we are presented with the new colors of Tesla Model 3, which looks amazing in my opinion. I would still consider black or dark gray color more appealing to me. So let's see what's new. The front end of the Tesla Model 3 looks good with the new headlights, and I did spot a camera as well. The interior does have LED lights it seems, and the rear have a screen, which is good as well, because otherwise it was a hassle for the rear passengers to get their temperature adjusted. They have to ask the driver or the front row passengers to get those adjustments of climate. So it's good to see that finally they can do it on their own with the screen. From this angle, it's quite clear that the new headlights are different. Apart from that, everything else seems the same. This is exactly the same, and there's subtle differences between the front and rear lights, but it's not as evident. I believe the most different angle from exterior point of view would be this one, because there's no more cut in the rear lights, as well as the Tesla emblem is gone now. It's replaced by separate letters spelling out Tesla, which looks amazing. From this picture, we can easily spot the LED interior lighting, and there's a change in the steering wheel as well. There's no gears or indicator, no gear stalks anymore. They have moved that to the steering wheel. The gear shift have moved to the center screen because it was a feature similar to Model X and Model S, where you can change the gears using the touchscreen, and there was nothing on the stocks because the stocks were taken away from those cars earlier. And we can easily spot the difference between the cup holders being covered now, which looks way more premium. I don't believe the screen size have changed. It's still the same. The only change apart from cup holders would be getting the LED strip as well as the steering wheel change. As far as charging works, there's no change there. The front LED have upgraded to a sleeker design, and it says no more clutter. I don't believe even earlier the interior was cluttersome, but then again, it might be just a good way to put it there, that they've removed the stock. Then it could be a rewarding experience depending on how you drive, because conventionally if you're used to those stocks you might find it weird, but for me I think my style of driving is using these buttons as much as I can on the steering wheel, so it should be fun. Apart from maybe indicating before you actually turn the wheel would be something which you have to get used to, but it looks great. The new steering wheel design looks futuristic. It's not like the current version design was bad, but this looks better in my opinion. And all these features mentioned here are the same as we can do on the current version. And look at the wheels, the new configuration. It looks like we have got a ring inside the alloys, which is new. It looks like a plastic ring, which might be getting better efficiency, but it certainly looks better than the current version of silver alloys, which were just plain silver. I didn't like the look of them in long versions. So as far as the steering wheel is concerned, it looks amazing. And there's a new feature of the LED ambient lighting, which would be a most welcome feature because current version does have a very dark interior, especially at nights. And the seats are now ventilated, which was a much awaited feature, which was missing out and making it a bit more less sort of premium, because cars like Kia EV6 and Hyundai Ioniq had those features, and it was a much awaited as well, especially for people living in weather like Queensland, where it gets hot quite a lot and it stays that way almost throughout the year. So this is going to be most useful feature. And dual displays are nice because the people in the rear seat can finally control some of the settings of the climate, and it will be good to see if we can play things like YouTube or Netflix while you're actually driving on the rear seat for the child or rear passenger, which would be good to see as well. And apparently the new screen is brighter and a bit more responsive, which should be good to see. And the other thing that's been upgraded is the studio quality sound. Current version of the Tesla Model 3 does have 7 speakers for the rear wheel drive, this one does have 9, and the long range had 14 speakers upgraded to 17, and I'm pretty sure the quality of those speakers would have been improved as well. It's not like the current version of the speakers are bad, it's just that it's a new version, so it should be better. And as far as this connectivity is concerned, I don't think there's going to be many changes. It's already a decent app, and it doesn't seem to have anything extra apart from like a better Wi-Fi band signal or things like that. The changes that came to phone and the way you operate those things, the phone charging is the same. There's a USB-C charging port introduction of 65 watt power that should be enough to get your laptop charged, and which is quite a welcome change. There should be a bit more protection as far as infrared and ultraviolet light filtering is concerned, and you should be getting a bit better noise reduction. And overall, my thoughts on the new version, it looks way more sleeker, it looks modern from outside, but the most welcome changes that I think is going to be amazing for the new owners would be if it comes to the car, is the 360-degree camera. I believe there's a camera in the front as we saw on those videos earlier, but it's not as clear from these pictures, and there's no mention of such feature including in the feature list, but I believe it would be. And the other important feature is the ventilated seats, and depending on if you have passengers at the back, then the screen at the back would be a welcome feature as well. And the LED lights are good to have, but it's not a must. But it's not something which I would change my car for. But ventilated seats as well as the 360 camera is something which should be one of those features which does help making the decision if you should go for the new version or should you just buy the cheaper version of the car which would be available in the current inventory. Cannot wait to get my hands on the new Tesla Model 3 after looking at all these features and the photos. It looks amazing, and I would like to know how you feel about it. Please feel free to share your opinion in the comment section, and thanks again for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.